What's going on, folks? It's me, the best gamer in the whole wide world, and I've been playing Elden Ring Nightreig for about 15 hours. I did a live stream on playing the game where the stream ended if all bosses are dead. I even played the game offline as well. Consider me addicted, folks. But here is my ranking on Elden Ring Nightreig classes. There is 8 of them, and I will be explaining my opinion on them, but feel free to play any class you want since they are all viable. But this is just my opinion, folks. And let's actually talk about who is coming in last. Well, coming in last is Guardian. He is a tank class that doesn't do that much damage, but has a lot of health. This class is still viable and actually does hold its ground against the most toughest enemies. And actually the most toughest bosses, you know. But I feel like if you compare it to like Raider or Wilder, he isn't really a necessity. I think he is fun to play, but I don't think he's a must. Honestly, I always keep seeing a bunch of clips where he's just aura farming, so maybe that's just his thing. His second ability does do a lot of good CC, which is crowd control, when it comes down to minions, but for the amount of hours I play, I'm going directly to the bosses and not really using the second ability as much. His Ultra, which makes him go up in the air and dive bombs down like an Oppenheimer bomb, is cool, and honestly sometimes think it's better than Raider's Ultra, but still I think the class is not needed if you have a good team that honestly knows how to dodge. I do rank him at C tier, to be honest. If I was gonna put this on a tier list, I think he would be a C tier. But coming up next is Wilder. I think he's a great all-around class. He can be a tank, he can be a damage dealer. I recommend this class always for first-time players. I like the Ultra with the giant bomb doing some good damage. The hook is okay. If you're far away and need to get into the action, it's a good thing to have to make you zoom up all the way to the boss. But the reason why I rank him here is because, like I said, he isn't really a master at anything. He's a master of none, to be honest with you, but I have seen this class been played as an ultra damage dealer. I seen it on the live stream because holy Jesus Lord, man, he was doing some damage. He has decent health and he has some decent damage, but this next class is probably most likely going to shock you. Next class is Revenant. And if we were ranking by overall fun factor, then I'll personally think this is an S tier class. But unfortunately, I'm talking about how good a class is. And Revenant is good and gets the job done, but the low health pool and no FP regen does take her away her ranking for ranking up higher. And her Ultra, in my opinion, is good, but gosh, the reason why I find her fun is the summons. The summoning the skeleton and the pumpkin head is what makes her so good. She does a lot of damage, but another con is the fact that she scales with faith weapons. I don't see a lot of faith weapons in the area, so I feel very limited with weapon choices. In all, I think she is fun to play and a good character choice. But coming up next is actually going to be Recluse. Her consistency with support is super valuable, and I do personally think she is better than Revenant in situations, but then again, I kind of had a hard time placing these magic people on my list. I also have some biases because in Elden Ring I did play as a mage build, so yeah. I think this class, I would admit, needs more team help. You help the Recluse and the Recluse will help you in return, so you need that communication more than ever compared to other classes. She still suffers with low HP, so you will get one tap very easily. Personally, Recluse and Revenant are neck and neck, so they kind of belong in the same tier, but I just think Recluse might be just a tad bit, a little bit better, but that's just my opinion. Coming up next is a class that I've been using for the majority of my stream, the Raider. He stuns enemies like no tomorrow, and he hits like a truck, but most importantly, he loves orange chicken, just like me. I wear an orange suit, orange tie, you know, sunglasses and all. His Ultra makes him summon up a rock like an earthbender, and he can jump off of it and do some damage. He's all about jumping up and down. He's like a freaking bunny. His second ability is also good with his big punch that also stun bosses. I use the second ability when all the stamina is depleted. I really enjoy this class and I recommend people to play it. Personally, I feel like my testosterone gets boosted up honestly when I play him. So if you love heavy weapons, weapons, you should play him. The next one up is the Executioner. So this class took me a while to get used to, and still I'm not very good at it, so keep that in mind. I do find him very niche down playstyle, but his ultra is so darn cool. Like turning into a beast. My lord, that's fun. But let me explain why he is a niche down playstyle. This class loves to parry. In case you guys do not know, when he actually parries, that does count as a guard. So you guys can create some nice builds with that knowledge. He's a big damage dealer, and I'm telling you, he is the king on putting on a bunch of status effects. But this next class, in my opinion, is a bit better, and perhaps maybe she might be the queen of putting on status effects. The Duchess. Fast moving, high damage, more health than the magic woman. A complete assassin. She is a deadly killer. Now, I personally think in some aspects, she might be the best class, but unfortunately there is another class that's actually better than her. But let's talk about the fast moving attacks. Say an ally is down, you can easily get them up and be like, look bro, it's time to go. She is a true assassin. She attacks so freaking fast. But this just leaves one class remaining. The Iron Eye, a class that can solo run and have an ultra that can blast foes away like no tomorrow. And his second ability being so good, he marks people and gets a 10% damage boost, and that's freaking great. And when you deal enough damage, the boss gets a small stun and a load of damage. This helps the team and once again make a good solo run. Well folks, that's actually my list of all the classes. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe whether or not you agree or disagree, and just explain why. And just one more time, man, make sure you subscribe, man, because I put a lot of effort into this content. Anyways, the best gamer of all time, signing off.